The unexpected emergence. The alarm blared through the sterile corridors of the Galactic Research Station Delta-7, a facility floating on the edge of a distant galaxy. Red lights flashed in a synchronized rhythm, casting ominous shadows on the walls. Scientists in white coats rushed past, their faces twisted in panic and confusion. In the middle of it all, Evelyn Carter stood frozen, her heart pounding in her chest. "Evelyn, we need to move!" Dr. Marcus Sato, her mentor, yelled as he grabbed her arm, pulling her toward the emergency exit. But Evelyn's eyes were locked on the large, reinforced observation window. On the other side, a figure lay curled up in a fetal position. A young boy, no more than 10 years old, his skin a deep shade of blue, shimmering under the harsh lights. The boy was Aiden, Evelyn's son. And today was the day the world discovered the existence of a hybrid between a human and an alien race. The beginning of the end, 5 years earlier. The space shuttle's engines roared as it descended through the atmosphere of Kepler 452b, a planet nestled within the habitable zone of a distant star. Evelyn, an experienced xenobiologist, peered through the viewport, marveling at the lush green landscapes below. She was part of an elite team sent to study the planet's ecosystem, but what they found was far beyond anyone's expectations. When they landed, the team encountered a highly advanced alien species, the Valorians, humanoid in appearance but with distinct bioluminescent skin and telepathic abilities. The Valorians were a peaceful race, deeply connected to their planet's natural world and intrigued by the humans who had arrived. Evelyn was assigned to work closely with a Valorian named Kale, a researcher and diplomat. Despite their differences, the two formed a deep bond over the course of the mission. Kale was fascinated by human emotions, while Evelyn was drawn to the Valorians' intricate understanding of the universe. Their connection grew, and against all odds, they fell in love. But their love was a secret, one that would have profound consequences. Months after Evelyn returned to Earth, she discovered she was pregnant. The news shocked her, but even more so when her son, Aiden, was born. He was neither fully human nor fully Valorian, but a unique blend of both. His skin shimmered with a soft blue glow, and he possessed an innate telepathic ability that he couldn't control. For 5 years, Evelyn kept Aiden hidden, raising him in secret and trying to help him manage his extraordinary abilities. She knew that if the world, or worse, the government, discovered him, Aiden would be taken from her and likely turned into a subject of experimentation. The reckoning present day. Back in the research station, the situation was spiraling out of control. Aiden had been discovered by the very people Evelyn had once trusted. The moment his telepathic abilities were detected, the scientists had reacted with fear. Aiden's mind, overwhelmed by the sudden attention and fear from those around him, had triggered an uncontrollable psychic outburst. Evelyn watched in horror as the energy surrounding Aiden grew more intense, the walls of the observation chamber vibrating under the strain. She knew what was happening. Aiden's emotions were amplifying his powers, pushing them to dangerous levels. If she didn't intervene, the entire station could be destroyed. Ignoring Marcus's protests, Evelyn sprinted toward the chamber's control panel. Her fingers flew across the interface, overriding the lockdown and opening the door to Aiden's containment room. The other scientists screamed at her to stop, but she didn't care. "Aiden, it's me!" Evelyn called out, stepping into the room, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and love. "I'm here, sweetheart. You need to calm down. Please, I know you're scared, but I'm with you." Aiden's eyes snapped open, glowing with an intense blue light as his mother's voice reached him. Slowly, the trembling stopped, and the energy that had been building around him began to dissipate. He reached out to her with both his hands and his mind. "Mom, they're afraid of me. They want to hurt me." Aiden's thoughts echoed in Evelyn's mind. "I won't let them, Aiden. You're not alone. We'll find a way out of this, I promise." But even as Evelyn comforted her son, she knew the reality they faced. The authorities would arrive soon, and when they did, they would not be as compassionate or understanding as the scientists on the station. She had to think of a plan, fast. The escape plan with Aiden calmed, Evelyn and Marcus quickly devised a plan. They would use the station's emergency shuttle to escape, taking Aiden far away from Earth and its reach. Evelyn's heart ached at the thought of leaving her home behind, but she knew it was the only way to keep Aiden safe. Marcus, torn between his duty and loyalty to Evelyn, agreed to help. Together they made their way to the docking bay, avoiding the security forces that had begun to swarm the station. But as they reached the shuttle, the doors to the bay burst open, and armed soldiers stormed in, weapons drawn. "Evelyn Carter, stand down and surrender the hybrid child immediately," the lead officer commanded. Evelyn positioned herself in front of Aiden, shielding him with her body. "You'll have to kill me first," she spat, her eyes blazing with defiance. Just as the soldiers were about to advance, a sudden shockwave emanated from Aiden, sending them crashing to the ground. His telepathic powers had surged again, this time in defense of his mother. Seizing the moment, Marcus quickly activated the shuttle's launch sequence. "Go, Evelyn! Get him out of here!" he shouted as the shuttle's doors closed behind them. The shuttle roared to life, blasting out of the station and into the void of space. Evelyn held Aiden close as they sped away from the only home they had ever known, the new horizon. As the shuttle drifted through space, Evelyn and Aiden watched as the stars stretched out before them. They were alone now. But for the first time in years, Evelyn felt a sense of hope. They were free from the fear, the secrecy, and the threat of being torn apart. Aiden, exhausted but safe, curled up next to his mother. His blue skin no longer glowed with anxiety, but with a soft, gentle light. "Mom, where are we going now?" he asked, his voice small and weary. Evelyn smiled down at him, brushing a strand of hair from his face. "We're going somewhere where no one can hurt us, Aiden, somewhere we can be ourselves." As they sailed through the stars, Evelyn knew their journey was far from over. But whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, mother and son, human and Valorian. The universe was vast, and somewhere out there was a place they could call home. And with that thought, the shuttle carried them into the unknown, toward a future filled with endless possibilities. Echoes of tomorrow. Years later, stories began to circulate across the galaxy. Stories of a mysterious child with extraordinary powers, a child who could bridge the gap between worlds. Some said he was a myth, a tale told to inspire hope in a divided galaxy. Others whispered of a mother and son who had built a new life on a distant, uncharted world, far beyond the reach of any government or empire. But those who knew the truth understood that Aiden was more than just a child. He was the future, a beacon of what humanity and the Valorians could achieve together. And as he grew, so did his power, and the echo of his existence spread far and wide, leaving an indelible mark on the cosmos.